everyone, my name's Alex and I'm a physiotherapist from Physiofunction, and I'm going to be taking this level 1 different strokes exercise class today. So for those of you who are new here, level 1 classes are designed for individuals who may not have any movement in their affected arm or leg. It is a seated class, so there'll be no standing at all in this class. So today we're going to do something a little bit different to normal. We're going to be doing a seated flow. So we're going to be doing a series of exercises that are going to really focus on you working on your core, your posture, as well as your range of movement in your arms and legs. We're also going to have a little bit of a focus on breathing. So all of these things are really great and important for general health well-being, and also to help you get rid of any of those aches and pains that you might feel due to stiffness in your joints. We're also going to focus on symmetry. So something that's really important in stroke recovery is trying to focus on incorporating and activating the affected side as much as possible. So firstly, what I want you to do is sit nice and tall in your chair, okay? Have your feet flat on the floor underneath your knees. Grow nice and tall in your chair. Think about squeezing your shoulders gently back and down together, really lengthening up through your spine. And find that nice seated posture. So we want to think about, firstly, our pelvis being in a nice neutral position. So in order to find that nice neutral position of our pelvis, I invite you to put your hand, so if you have use of both your hands, you can pop them on either side, feeling the bony bits at the front of your pelvis with your fingers, and around to the bony bits at the back of the pelvis with your thumbs. Or if you have use of just your unaffected side, you can just feel with that one side. Let's start by firstly feeling the movement of our pelvis forward and back. So I invite you just to rock back gently on your pelvis, so as if you're tucking your tailbone between your knees, between your legs. And then you're going to grow tall. Think about gently arching that lower back. So I'm going to sit side on, just to show you here. So we're going to gently think about rounding and tilting back on that pelvis. Feel the tailbone tucking between your legs. And then you're going to rock forward, gently arching that lower back, feeling that pelvis tilt forward. So let's practice this a few times here. So tilt back. I always think about it if you imagine a bowl of water. So your pelvis down here, this big bony bit at the bottom, is a nice big bowl of water. Imagine you're tilting that bowl of water towards you, and then you're tilting it away from you. So as if you're trying to pour the water back towards you as you tilt back, and then you're trying to pour the water away from you as you tilt forward. So let's go a couple more times here. You can always have your hands on your lap, tilting that pelvis forward and backward. And then I want you to stop and find the middle. So where that bowl of water is nice and equal, you're not spilling either way. So this is our neutral pelvis position, and what we want to maintain when we are doing these exercises, okay? When we're thinking about our optimal posture, we want to find that nice neutral pelvis position so that bowl of water is not tipping forwards and backwards. So we want to also think about the position of our shoulders and our shoulder blades. So we've established that nice neutral pelvic position, that bowl of water is not tipping either way. We're not spilling our energy forward or back. And we want to think about now our shoulders. So our shoulders, we don't want them to be rounded, okay? So what we want to think about doing is widening and opening those collarbones and gently squeezing those shoulder blades back and down. So we're doing this without forcing our ribs forward. So again, try and maintain that nice neutral pelvis, that bowl of water's not spilling. And we're just going to gently squeeze those shoulder blades back and down, widening at those collarbones. So that's the second thing to think about when we're talking about our posture. The third thing is our head position. So we don't want our head to be all pokey and forward. So what we see when we slump in our chair, we're in this slump position. Our pelvis is tipping back, so we're losing that water behind us. We're also rounding in those shoulders, so we're really tight in the front here. The muscles at the back are long and weak. And our chin tends to do this pokey forward thing, which can lead to lots of areas of tightness. The muscles that you're wanting to help with your posture are stretched and long and can become weak. So let's think again. We're going to re-establish that neutral pelvis, shoulders back and down. And now I want you to think about just gently tucking that chin in and lengthening up through the back of your spine. So you often hear me talking in classes about imagining as a balloon, hot air balloon, or a string to the top of your head, and you're imagining it's pulling you up nice and long through your spine. So we're really thinking about lengthening up through the back here. So rather than looking up, okay, because if you see if I'm looking up, that's shortening those muscles at the back. Okay, I'm just thinking about gently tucking my chin and almost lifting from my throat. So here we have our nice seated posture. Neutral pelvis, shoulder blades back and down, chin is gently tucked. And think about gently now drawing in those tummy muscles. Okay. Now holding this lovely neutral position, let's take our hands together and we're just going to gently start to move our hands, move our wrists side to side. Okay, so from the front here, we're just gently starting to mobilize and move these wrists side to side. Lovely, okay. So we're really working here to maintain that lovely optimal posture, gently moving the wrists side to side. And then let's now do some circles with those wrists if we can. You could have your hands down here, supporting your hands on your lap, especially if you've got a lot of weakness through your affected side. You could have your assistant gently supporting underneath the elbow on your affected side. Good. And then we're going to lower these hands down. Now, if it's available to you in both of your arms, you can reach those arms forward. If it's only available on your unaffected side, then we can do it here. We're just going to start by opening and closing our fingers. Now, if you can try and do that on your affected side as well, just having your hand on your lap, we're trying to open and close those hands as much as we can. Think again about maintaining that nice upright posture. Okay, even if you're just doing a bit of wiggling of those fingers or just thinking about the movement of your hands on your affected side, just trying to wake up those hands a bit, wake up those forearms. Getting those arms, having a bit of a workout here as well. And then lower those hands back down. We're going to do a gentle wrist stretch now. So again, you can have your affected arm resting gently on your lap. We're going to take our hand, okay, where our fingers meet the palm, we're going to support with our other hand. We're just going to gently pull back for a wrist stretch here. So make sure you're not pulling on the ends of your fingers, you're really supporting those little joints in your hands, and you're only going to where you feel that stretch. It might not be as much of a stretch here as I have, especially if you have a lot of tightness in your affected side. Lovely. Okay, and then if it's available to you, you can take your other hand. You could always ask your assistant to help you with this. Okay, so your assistant for your unaffected hand, because you want to stretch and look after your unaffected side as well, because a lot of the time your unaffected side can compensate for the weakness on your affected side. So you can get stiff and tight in its own ways as well. So your assistant can take your fingers on your unaffected side underneath the palm and just gently pull back for a wrist stretch. Alternatively, if you would like, you could use your leg to complete this stretch. So you have your hand on your thigh and you're just pulling for a stretch here. So here we're just using our thigh to give that wrist a bit of a stretch. Okay, so you can be here or your assistant can help you be stretching here. Nice big breath in and out. Lovely. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to shuffle our bottom forward on our chair again. So we're going to be finding that nice upright posture. Hands are on our lap. Pelvis is neutral, shoulders back and down, neck is long. Let's now bring some attention to our bottom muscles. Okay, so these big mover muscles on the underside or the back side of our legs at the top. We're going to think about squeezing those bottom muscles. So you can see as I squeeze, I lift up a little bit off my chair and then relaxing. So we want to bring some attention and activation to these bottom muscles. Okay, squeeze and relax. So our bottom muscles are really important, not only for movement, but they're also important for helping stabilize our pelvis, okay, and helping offload that lower back a little bit. So we want to make sure we're getting them to work. So I want you to think about squeezing and relaxing. Squeezing and relaxing. Good, keep clenching, especially bringing attention to that affected side. Squeeze and relax. Lovely. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Keep going. Remember, trying to maintain that lovely upright posture. Good. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Good. Squeeze and relax. 2 more. Really bringing some blood flow to the area. Some attention. Again, trying to work these muscles that support our posture. And relax there. Lovely. Okay. So now we've woken up our bottom muscles. Okay. We've established that lovely upright posture, that neutral posture. We've woken up the bottom muscles that support our pelvis from the back side. We're now going to wake up our abdominal tummy muscles. Okay. The muscles that support our pelvis and our spine from the front. So again, sitting nice and tall in your chair. If you can, we're going to cross our arms across our chest. Now you can just have one of your arms across your chest if you don't have that movement in your affected side, or you could support your arms in front. I want you to really think about trying to maintain that lovely upright posture as we complete this. Think about gently drawing those tummy muscles back towards your spine. So imagining these 2 front hip points, we're trying to draw them together and back so everything is nice and engaged. But remember to breathe. We're going to take a big breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to rotate to the right. So you're only going as far as you can control. We're really using our tummy muscles for this movement. So I'll face to the front for this first bit so you can see. So I want you to breathe in as you come back to center. Breathe out. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Twist to the left. Again, you're just going as far as you can control. Feel that engagement of your tummy. Breathe in to come back to center. And out. Breathe in. Out. As we turn to the right. Again, rotating from the center. Tummy's drawn in and back. Breathe in as you come back to center. Breathe out. Breathe in to prepare. Big breath. Breathe out. Turn to the left. Feel everything working. So you'll feel your tummy muscles drawn in and feel the muscles on either side of your tummy as well, those oblique muscles working. Return to center as you breathe in and relax your breath. Breathe in again. Breathe out. We're going to turn to the right. Nice and upright here. Really use those tummy. Think about really drawing that tummy button gently back towards your spine. Breathe in to come back to center. Relax your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rotate to the left. Tummy's drawn in. Keeping that lovely upright spine. Return to center as you breathe in and relax your breath. We're going to add on to this now. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out and rotate to the right, we're going to try and straighten that right leg. Now, if that's not available to you, I just want you to think about straightening or kicking it forward. It can be on the floor, okay, as much as you can. Really feeling that work in your tummy now. So we've just increased the challenge a bit here. Lower that right leg, return to center, relax your breath. Breathe in, breathe out, twist to the left. Straighten that left leg. Again, you're pulling your toes up if it's available, or you're just straightening that leg as much as you can, okay? If it's your effective side and you don't have much movement, just think about the movement. Lower the leg, return to center. Good. Relax that breath. Big breath in. Breathe out. Twist to the right. Straighten that right leg as much as you can, or if you have no movement, just think about the movement. Think about those thigh muscles engaging. Lower the leg, return to center. Relax your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist to the left. Straighten that left leg. Keep that spine long, really using your muscles in your tummy, your back, and your core to support your posture. Lower the left leg down, return to center. One more each way. Big breath in. Breathe out. Twist to the right. Straighten that right leg. Everything drawn in. Lower the leg. Return to center as you breathe in. Relax your breath. One more to the left. Breath in. Breathe out. Turn to left. Straighten that left leg, or think about the movement, doing as much as you can. Spine is long. Lower the leg. Return to center. And relax. Well done. Good. Okay, have a moment here. Again, you might want to have a little relaxed back. Again, wanting to try and refine that posture. So think about tilting forward and back on your pelvis, finding that middle position. Really nice. So again, I want you to find that nice upright posture, neutral pelvis, shoulders back and down, lengthen through the neck. We're going to step your right leg back just a little bit on the chair. Okay, so from the side, you can help it if you need to. Okay, so we're in this split sitting position, nice and tall. Hold your hands together. So options here, you can hold your hands together and we can reach those arms up as far as comfortable. You can have your assistant helping with your effective side. We're going to take a little side bend to the left. Now, if this isn't available, if your right side is your unaffected side, you could lift up and do your little side bend to the left here. If it is your affected side, I want you just to think about growing tall and just gently side bending. You could even have your hands out in front of you. Okay, so pick the option that's available to you. Think about lengthening up through that right side body. Big breath in and out here. And return to center. Step your right leg forward, now your left leg back in that split stance position. Grow nice and tall. If it's available, you can reach your arms up, feel that lengthening through your side body, or alternatively, you could have your left arm up. We're going to side bend to the right. Think about lengthening up through that left side body. Ribs are lifting up and away. If it isn't available, you're just trying to think about lifting those left ribs up and away from your pelvis, doing a little side bend here. Okay, so from the front, we're looking like this. We're really getting that nice length up for your left side body. Return to center. Feet return to the middle. Okay, let's have our hands on our lap now. All right, and we're going to do a few cat-cows, so just getting some mobilization through our spine. So nice and tall, tummy drawn in. Let's think about rounding that back. So draw those tummy muscles in, reach and slide those arms forward. Option to drop your head.
And then we're going to do a big breath in as we grow nice and tall. We're going to squeeze those shoulders back and down, lengthen up through your neck. Breathe out as you round that back, reach those arms forward. Option to drop that head. And inhale, reach up. Good, and out. Arms forward. Good, big inhale. Shoulders back and down, lengthen up. Exhale, round that back, slide those hands forward. Good, inhale. Lovely. One more, exhale. Inhale, shoulders up and back. Let's now find that nice neutral posture. Bowl of water isn't spilling. Shoulders back and down, lengthen through your neck. Okay, let's think of some movements at our hip now, our hip and our leg. We're going to think about sliding that right leg out to the side, back to the middle, and then curling that foot back. Okay, so you can help it if you need to, or you can have your assistant help it too. But we're thinking about bringing that leg out to the side, so right leg out to the side, middle, and back. Good. Out to the right, back to the middle, slide it back. Feel those hamstrings work underneath on the back of your thigh. Out. Now keep your pelvis facing forward here, back to the middle, and bend. Good, so keep those hips facing forward. We're moving from this hip here, okay? Out to the side, back to the center, and bend. Good, we're gonna do one more here. Out to the side, back to the center, and bend that leg back. Good, other side, left side. Again, helping it if you need to, and the movements don't have to be as big. Just think about the movement. We're really trying to keep our pelvis facing forward here. So there's hip bones. Imagine there's torches coming out of those bony hip points, and they're shining forward. They shouldn't be shining to the left or the right. They should stay shining forward the entire time. So step that left leg out. Torches are shining forward. Back to the middle. Then slide that leg back underneath you and forward. Good. Side, back to center, curl underneath you. Lovely. Side, back to center, curl underneath you. And forward. Good. Side, back to center, curl back. Lovely. Okay. Let's do a couple more here. Back to center, curl underneath you. And back. Good. One more. Side, back to center, foot back underneath you, and forward. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to be going into a little movement flow now, all right? So we've worked on establishing that lovely neutral posture, getting our tummy muscles working, our bottom muscles working, mobilizing through our back, mobilizing through our shoulders, and starting to wake up those muscles around our hips. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a modified sun salutation. So if anybody has done yoga before, it's a modified version of the sun salutation from yoga. So we're going to sit nice and tall. Again, find that neutral posture. Bowl isn't spilling, shoulders back and down, neck is long. If you would like, you can have your hands down by your side with palms forward, squeezing those shoulders back and down. Okay, you could have one hand on your lap. Take a nice big breath in and here, in and out here. Good. Now what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in, we're going to reach our arms forward and up. So you can reach up with your unaffected side, or you can choose to support and reach up through both arms. As you breathe out, forward fold. Again, you're going to bring your hands to your lap and you can walk them down your thighs just as far as comfortable. I'll come to the side here. Walk those hands back up onto your thigh. Slide your right leg back underneath you. You can help it as you need. Take a big breath in. We're going to again reach our arms forward and up. So helping your affected side with your unaffected side. only reaching up as far as you can control. Now when you're here as well, try not to lose that energy and spill out through your ribs. Keep them down. Keep that lovely posture. Lower those hands back down. Step your feet back underneath your knees. Place your hands on your lap. Let's do a mini push-up here. So we're going to lower our chest down, letting our elbows bend. Then we're going to push back through our hands to lift our chest back up. Squeeze those shoulders back together. So think shoulder squeezing back and down. Chest is coming through. You're really shining and widening through those collarbones. Big breath in. Breath out as you push through those hands. Now I want you to really think about bringing some weight through those hands, straightening those elbows now. Lovely tall posture, tummy's drawn in. Relax. Step your left leg back now, so left leg slides underneath your knee. Hands together, or you can just focus on lifting up. If you've got the movement, you can lift up through both arms, or you could just be lifting up through your unaffected arm. Whichever is available to you. Big breath in. Keep those ribs contained, tummy's drawn in. Breathe out as you lower that hand. Step your foot back to meet each other, so underneath those knees. Hands on your lap. Let's do our little push-up. Good. And then slide those shoulder blades back together. You can think about pulling those elbows back beside you, lengthening through that spine. Feel that engagement around those lower shoulder blades. Now have your hands on your lap. Think about pushing those elbows straight, drawing that tummy in. Relax here. Wonderful. Let's go again. Hands can be together or separate. We're going to reach those arms forward and up, so supporting as you need. Now only go as high as you need to here. Exhale, hands come back down to the lap. Now you're going to forward fold. So hinging at the hips, walking those hands down your thighs. Only go down as far as you can control. Try and keep that back as straight as you can. Walk those hands back up your thighs. Good. This time we're going to step our left foot back first. Inhale, we're going to reach our arms up as high as we can. So as high as available to us, but we're keeping that lovely neutral posture. Lower those hands back down to your knees. Step those feet back to meet each other. Let's do our mini push-up. So bending those elbows, lowering that chest down, keeping that back straight, and then push through those arms to straighten back up. Pull those elbows back as you widen those collarbones, squeeze shoulder blades back and down. Big breath in here. Breathe out, slide those hands forward, straighten those elbows. Think about pushing down through your thighs. So get some weight down through those hands as much as you can. Relax those hands. Step your right foot back this time. Okay, so just back underneath you. Again, keeping that nice upright posture. Hands hold together. Let's reach those arms forward and up as far as is available to you. So you could just be here. You're just trying to maintain that lovely neutral spine. Lower those hands back down. Bring your feet back underneath your knees. Mini push-up. Pushing through those hands. Draw those elbows back, shoulder blades back together, lengthen through your spine. Now reach those arms forward on your thighs. Push those elbows straight. Get some weight through those hands. Shoulders don't want to be rounding. They don't want to be too far back. You're just trying to keep that nice neutral shoulder position. And that affected side, you're really thinking about straightening that elbow as much as you can. And relax those hands. Lovely. Okay. We're going to do one more round of that. We're going to add on now. Hands are coming together again if you need. We're going to inhale, reach our arms forward and up. Exhale, lower them back down. Slide your hands down your thighs to forward fold only as far as you can and maintain, keeping that chest nice and upright. Now walk your hands back up. Use those back muscles to bring you back up into that nice neutral position. Slide that right leg back behind you. So using your thigh muscles, you can help it as you need. This time, we're going to inhale. We're going to try and bring our hands to the back of our head. So what I want you to do here, you can bring your unaffected, if it's available to you, you could bring both your hands if that is something that's available. If it's not available to you, you could always bring your unaffected hand behind your head and then just think about sliding your shoulder blade back and down and widening and opening that chest, or having your other hand on the arm of your chair, okay, your affected side. Just try and really think about opening that chest. Keep those ribs in, tummy's working. Hands back to your knees, feet come back underneath your knees. We're going to do our little push-up, so lowering, bending those elbows. Now push through your thighs to come back up. Draw those elbows back together, shoulder blades squeeze back and down. Big inhale. Exhale, reach those arms forward. Now push through your thighs, straighten your elbows. Really feel that engagement down through your shoulders and your arms, connecting to your thighs. Lovely. Relax. You're going to now step your left leg back. Inhale. We're going to bring those hands back to behind our head. Again, remember, you could have your unaffected hand on your lap or on the arm of your chair, unaffected hand here. If that's just not available to you, you could have your hand on your chest. Squeeze shoulder blades back and down. Really opening up here. Feel that nice opening in your chest. Good. Hands back to your lap. Step your feet back. Hands connect to the thighs. Let's do that little push up. So we're going to lower. Bend those elbows. Now push through those elbows. Straighten them back up. Draw the elbows back as you squeeze those shoulder blades back together. Lengthen through that spine. Big breath in. And breathe out. Lengthen those arms to the front of your legs, so towards your knees. Now really think about connecting your palms to your thighs and pushing through your thighs to straighten those elbows. Shoulder blades are in this nice neutral position, so they're not too rounded, they're not too squeezed back. In that nice neutral position, tummy's drawn in, nice and tall. Big breath in and out here. And relax. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. So we're just going to finish this little movement flow now with some nice breathing, okay? So today's has been a bit of an introduction to a little movement flow. It's really focusing on posture, hopefully as well mobilizing those muscles around your shoulder blades and your spine, activating your core. So hopefully it should leave your body feeling nice. Let's have a think now. So again, sitting nice and tall in your chair with your feet underneath your knees. I want you to place your hands on your ribs. So if it's available to you, you can place both of your hands on either side of the base of your ribs, or you can just be placing your unaffected side here. Now, I want you to think about taking a nice breath in and feeling the ribs expand as almost like a 360. So rather than just breathing in up here or just to the front, I want you to feel either side of your ribs, so the front and the back and the sides, all opening and expanding as you breathe right to the bottom of your lungs. So we're just going to finish with 3 big breaths here. Big breath in. Feel those ribs expanding, front, side and back, both sides as well. Really think you could always bring your head over to your affected side to really give yourself that sort of reinforcement there and that awareness of that side. And breathe out, relax. Good. 2 more here. Big breath in, expand through those lungs. And breathe out. Good, 1 more. Feel that expansion, 360, base of those ribs. Big breath in. And breathe out. Let everything go. Give everything a wiggle. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today for this movement flow. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you've got any feedback or comments, please leave them below. Remember as well, there are loads of other Different Strokes exercise classes on the Facebook group and the Different Strokes UK YouTube page, so please check them out. If you've got anything you'd particularly like to see, then please comment, and I'll try and incorporate them for you in future classes. You can always send a message to the Different Strokes Facebook group as well. So have a lovely rest of your week. Thank you so much again for joining me for this movement flow, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Bye.